Oh, did that hurt your ears? Sorry. I have them yet. You know, I hate the way. I gotta say, I hate the way that I have to monitor the music there, because it runs behind it runs at the same speed that you hear it, but not the same speed as I send it out. So I send it out on here, but I listen so that I can see that you're getting it okay, which means it's 10 seconds behind. So I never get to the end of it. It's so annoying. And I had it turned right up then. I forgot to turn it down. Did that hurt your ears? Sorry, my darlings. Well, that's woken you up, isn't it? And about time as well. Sitting there lazy in your beds doing nothing at all, dear. Good morning. So let's do it properly. Sorry, buddy. Good morning to you, boys and girls. It's a bright Monday morning, the 16th of March 2020, and a warm welcome along to today's little chat show, coming to you live from our plush television studios here in the heart of Berkshire, boys and girls. Let me tell you, the sun is out. Oh, it's beautiful out there. Probably a little bit too white for you to see that. Yes, the sun is shining out there. There's little birds in the trees. There's a couple of squirrels fighting. I can see them from here. Oh no, they're pigeons. Are they fighting? Oh my God, no dear, they're not. Oh my God, pigeons are doing it in my tree out there. It's disgusting. Here, in Berkshire, trees are having pigeons doing that thing, you know. They're doing it in that tree. Awful. I have to close my curtains. I can't have my, you know, my innocent mind damaged by procrastinations of other creatures outside my window. Thank you very much. Awful. Awful. Anyway, so it's a bright Monday morning out there. Looks absolutely lovely this morning. Took my bins out. Actually, I took them out last night. Oh, who's got an Amazon Echo? Right, listen. There's a new thing. Oh, let me see if I can find it now. I can't remember. I'm not going to find that now. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but your Amazon device will now help you remember which bin to take out. Now, here in Royal Berkshire, we have 3 bins. I have a green bin, which is for like stuff that can't be recycled, and we have a blue bin for recycling type things, and we have a brown bin. That's all we've got at the moment. I know some of you in different areas have many, many more bins than that, but that's what we've got at the moment here. So, we have 2 weekly bin collections. So, on 1 week, okay, mine is on a Monday. Now, please, now that I've told you that, don't start coming round here and going through my bins, hoping to look for a souvenir or two. You know, this is the sort of thing that Mick Davenport would do. I mean, quite honestly, how he'd get in the bin with that bad back of his, I don't know. But he'd have a good try. I know what he'd have. He'd have those tongs. You know those tongs that the rubbish... I've got a pair of those. I've actually got those. The tongs. I don't know what they're called. Litter picker things. I've got one, and I ordered it off Amazon some years ago. Yes, I go round here picking up rubbish from disgusting people, usually shoppers from Aldi or somewhere like that, you know. Dreadful, ghastly, awful people dropping their crisp bags and their Coke cans and beer bottles all over the place. I'll go around and pick them up once a week. Takes me about 10 minutes. Most enjoyable it is as well. Although sometimes, you know, you're walking on the grass. What's that? Oh, no, you've trodden in it. Oh, no. Oh, the smell. The dog stuff. Oh, God. Nasty, nasty stuff, dear. I go around with my what are they called again? My tongs, the litter picker thing. Mick Davenport's probably got a pair of those. You know, he get because he can't reach over to the tins in the shops. If there's any left, that is. Is there any tins of any sort in any of the supermarkets left after this weekend? God's sake, you've all gone mad, dear. Mad. He reaches up with his little tongs to get himself a little tin of baked beans and things like that. And then he misses and drops it on the floor, and you know what happens then, don't you? Yes, Mandy dishes out pain and suffering as punishment. The very fact you're disabled is neither here nor there. We don't make any sort of, you know, special thoughts for that, I'm afraid. I don't think so. Anyway. So, yes, I've got these tongs and I go around. Anyway, so back to the bins. So, on week 1... we have green bins are collected. just green bins. So I wheel my little bin out down to the corner. Yeah. And sometimes I take my neighbour if he's not in, or he'll take mine. We have a look to see if it's still there. We just take it. And on the other week, it's the blue bins and the brown bin. Now, I don't use my brown bin. Now, the brown bin is for garden waste, right? But the council, not just us, but many councils all over the country, have deemed it necessary to charge you extra for that green bin. Now, it was all right when it started off. I think it was about 25 quid. It's now 60. Yeah, it doesn't go up a couple of quid every year. It goes up like 10 or 15 quid. So I don't do that anymore. Don't do that anymore. When I cut my grass, I spread it around on my lawn. It disappears. No problem. Don't use that anymore. No. And if I do some cuttings of hedges and things like that, I chop that up into little pieces, put it in bags, and I take it down the tip for nothing. Why should I pay him 60 quid? It's outrageous. So I only use the blue bin and the green bin. Today, it's the blue bin. All my recyclables have been taken away. Cardboards, tins, bits of plastic, yoghurt pots, that sort of thing. Okay? Well, I don't know about you. I often forget. Can't remember which one it is. Oh, is it the green one or the blue one today? And sometimes I have to wait to see what other bins have been placed outside. Oh, it's the blue ones today. You put the blue one out, right? Okay. Well, your Amazon Echo now does a bin reminder. And I set mine up yesterday. I'm so happy. Just a moment. Let me see if I can give you a demonstration. 1 moment. Let's just open our studio door. Sorry, they're not automatic. I'm still saving up for the electric ones. 1 moment. I'll just turn her up for you. What's her name? Alexa, volume 10. Right, here we go. Alexa, what bin is it today?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Alexa, what bin?
Here's something I found on the web. According to raffle.
No, dear. Alexa? Alexa! Alexa! Bitch. Alexa, what bin this week? Oh, no, I know what it is. Alexa, bin reminder.
When should I remind you?
Shut up. Well, it doesn't work. Now, just a minute. Let me have a look at my phone. It's supposed to tell you what colour bin. I set it all up yesterday, and it was asking me questions. What bin are you taking out today? And you tell it what colour, and then it says on what cycle, 2 week, 3 week, or 4 weeks. So you tell it 2 weeks, or depends on what you want. Now, where's my Amazon thing? Just a moment. I shall have to refer to my Amazon thing here. Amazon, there we are. Star Trek Warp Core. Enjoy the sound of Star Trek. Oh, that good, isn't it? Right, where's the bins thing? Oh, God. Bins. Is it on reminders and alarms? Let's try that. Reminders? No, that's not it. Oh, God. Bin reminder.
When should I remind you?
No. Oh, well, I can't remember how it works now. It worked perfectly all right last night. I set it all up and everything. Alexa, what bin should I take out today?
Here's something I found on the web. According to blokespot.com.
No, doesn't work. Oh, well, that's disappointing, isn't it? Wasn't there something we tried last week as well? It came up on the blooming screen. It says, oh, I can now help you with your bin remote. I thought, that's a good idea. And I went through the whole thing. And at the end of it, it says, now you can just ask me what bin I should take out. Well, I've just done it. It doesn't work. What is the woman oh, maybe she's got coronavirus. That's what it is. It's affected her memory. Oh, well, no Alexa this morning for our help. Never mind. But it is the blue bins today, just in case you were worrying. Okay, I see a super chat has just popped in. Thank you very much. £2.99 for a Dr. Gregorian super chat this morning. Thank you very much, Dr. Gregorian. Incidentally, your little item has been sent in the post for you as well. That went in the post box last night. outside the co-op. Oh, I saw something happen in the co-op yesterday. I shall come to that in a moment. Meanwhile, let's read some of your exciting messages this morning. Good morning to Sean Pye. Morning, Sean. Hello to Fran Green, Mike Rees-Ponto, Mick Davenport, Diane Jeb. There's our Mandy, Dr. Gregorian there. Heidi is there. Good morning, Heidi. Hello to Paul and Lou. All getting ready for the raffle, aren't we, my darlings? Colin Coates in the house. Morning, Colin. Hello to LaBelle. Morning, LaBelle. I am an emerald-eyed berry of magic. You get a raffle ticket whenever I see you, LaBelle. You're the only one because we don't get all your messages for some reason. Let me give you 914. That'll be for next week, LaBelle, that one. LaBelle. Oh, I hope you're with us for the raffle today, LaBelle. We'll be doing a little bit later. There's yours for next week, 914. Okay, darling. Thank you, LaBelle. What else have we got here? Good morning to Gadgets and Games. Morning to you, sir. Have we got Gary here? I haven't seen Gary yet. Good morning, Gavin Bass. Hello, Gavin. Tony King in the house. Yes, Mandy. You might be needed by the government soon as well, Mandy. I'll come to that in a little bit, my darling. All right. Michael Pullman. Morning, Michael Pullman. Hello. Hello, Michael. Fun things to do with tech. Good morning. Never ever going to shopping again. Full of crazy people. Yes, I've heard. What you want to do is go to Aldi or anywhere like that. Go at night time. About half hour before they close. There's no one in there. Do not go. The worst possible day you can go is a Sunday, followed very closely by Saturday afternoons or mornings. Awful. And in particular now, I've never seen anything like it. Absolute nutters in there. Mandy wasn't happy in Morrison's yet. 1 hour, 25 minutes in the checkout queue at Morrison's. Really? That's a long time to stand in a checkout. I don't think I've ever stood in a checkout in that time. I've got to be honest. I've not recently, but in the past, I've left trolleys full of shopping. I look at the queue and I'm not staying here to hand over my money, and I've just left it there. Left it. That happens a lot, you know. I remember being in Asda a few weeks ago in Roehampton, just after I came out of church. In Roehampton, and I was driving back, and I thought I'll just pop into Asda because it's on the way home. Massive Asda. And I went and paid for my shopping, and there were all these trolleys. What was it? Or was it one night? I can't remember now. Can't remember when I went. Irrelevant. And there were all these trolleys. Loads and loads of trolleys with stuff. I mean, there must have been 50 or 60 of them, full up with stuff. I said, what's all that stuff there? He said, that's stuff that people have just left and walked out. There were 60 trolleys there, full of stuff. Well, get the tills moving a bit quicker then, and we might decide to buy it. I'm very pleased to hear that Mandy's Amazon has just called me a babe. I like that. I'll try and get that going again tomorrow. I'll look into it, okay? Perhaps we'll have another live foul demonstration. It's like Tomorrow's World. Do you remember Tomorrow's World? They used to do these demonstrations of stuff. A lot of the time it just wouldn't work because it was a live show. I always remember that one. I remember on Tomorrow's World when the first CD came out. CD. Remember these? First CD came out. And this bloke, they're so much better than records. They are practically indestructible. And I always remember this. And he put jam on it, sprinkled something else on it, put it under the tap with a sponge, washed it all off, put it on the player, and it still worked. As you well know, if you're a CD person, that is not the case. The slightest bit of damage to it and fouls it useless after that. But I always remember that on Tomorrow's World. We thought, oh, brilliant. You know, we're never going to have damaged records again. In fact, I had certain CDs. There was a particular box set I remember I had of 1970s stuff that I used to use at the Black Cat. I did a 70s and 80s night. Very, very successful evening, actually. It was absolutely packed every night. This is going back to around about 1989, 1988 maybe. Anyway, so there was a bloke doing a rock and roll night, basically, on a Monday. And it wasn't really working. And he decided to give it a miss, and they gave it to me. I hadn't been there long. I thought, well, what can we do? Let's do an oldies night, 70s and 80s. Okay. So we did it. And, you know, it was a few people coming in here and there. And it kind of, it just about ticked over. You know, a few people coming in and having a nice night, and they would come back. And then on the bank holidays, what would happen on the bank holidays is that they'd do some sort of special thing where they'd have a big show on and all that. And the 70s and 80s night was kind of picking up really slowly, but it was kind of going in the right direction. You know, we're not talking hundreds of people, all right? We're talking tens of people. And it got to about, I don't know, about 30 or 40 people, which for a Monday night was pretty good, actually. And then when the bank holiday was coming up and said, what do you want to do, Chris? Well, I mean, why are you asking me? You usually tell me, well, it's your night. I said, okay, leave it exactly as it is. Don't put a show on. And they're like, you sure? I said, yeah, let's just see what happens. And the bank holiday came along, and in those days, you had a bank holiday in the Black Cap in Camden Town, packed. Absolutely rammed to the bank holidays and Sundays. We were always like that in the sort of 80s and 90s. And so the bank holiday came along, and I'm up there doing my 70s and 80s stuff, and as predicted, they poured in. But it wasn't me. It was the fact that it was the bank holiday Monday. And I had this idea in my head that perhaps if they come and see what normally happens on a Monday, they'll come back. So that was the bank holiday. They poured in. It was packed, absolutely ram-packed, and it was a great night. I always remember it. Fantastic. Well done, Chris. I said, don't thank me yet. Thank me in 6 weeks' time. Let's see what happens. The next Monday came along, normal Monday. Packed. And the next one. And the next one. So we got that right. And we had many years out of that. We had a lot of years out of that. I got a really good remuneration just for that particular night, which I was really pleased about. It was absolutely rammed. And all we did was play 70s and 80s music. There'd be people dancing on the stage, doing It's Raining Men and YMCA. You had people coming out with long lists of requests, and I just pick a few out, and they were happy with those. Music such as Tight Fit in the Jungle, The Mighty Jungle, The Lion Sleeps, that sort of thing. As I say, It's Raining Men, Bananarama. Great. And it worked really well, that 70s and 80s night. Yes. Claire says, my mum has an Amazon Echo. Great for music, but rubbish for anything else. Well, it seemed to pick up the information that it asked for yesterday. I don't know why it wouldn't work then. Never mind, never mind. That's a problem with live TV, says Paula New. Absolutely, I agree with you. Good morning to Dave Moses. Morning. How British are we? The bin colour must be right. Oh, absolute. Oh, my God, I've just realised I'm showing a little bit too much flesh today. Oh, dear me. I'm sorry about that, boys and girls. It's probably upsetting a few of you this morning. Look, not one person's moaned about the collar this morning. You're learning, aren't you? You're learning. It's a good timer as well, says Fran. Okay, perhaps I should time my shows. 45 minutes maximum, dear. And I could have an alarm going off or something like that. I don't know why it wouldn't work. I wonder if, hang on, bin reminder. Let's just, I'd love to get that working. Let's, bin calendar. Here we are. If you're bin, one moment. Alexa, open bin calendar.
Welcome to bin calendar. Your collection is due today. For blue bins. Can I help with anything else?
No, that's okay. Thank you.
Would you like to hear your full collection schedule?
No, that's okay. Thank you. No, shut up, bitch. There you are. See, it works. Good job I looked up. Bin calendar. That's what you got to ask for. All right. Bin calendar. Oh, I'm happy now. I'm so happy that worked. Good morning to Piggy Malone. Morning to you, sir. What's with the bare chest this morning? Oh, Mick's just noticed it, have you? That probably just doing a lot for you, is it, Mick? Remember, no touching other people anymore. Only yourself. Morning to Simon Gilman. Morning to you. Had a boring time without the bingo. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, no bingo there. Piggy Malone coughed in the chemist this morning. Looks like I murdered someone. You probably did, Piggy. By the way, if you're waiting for the raffle cam is standing by over there. It's all ready, gang. All right, it's all ready. The raffle will be happening a little bit later on there. Let's just scroll down a little bit there, my loves. Morning to Heidi Young. Hello, Heidi Young. Morning to you. Alan's been to the corner shop. Packed. Loads of toilet rolls, but no potatoes. We can eat a toilet roll then. Have you ever tried to boil a toilet roll and eat it? They just disintegrate toilet rolls, don't they? They're made to do that. That's why you must put anything else down the toilet except toilet rolls. Toilet paper up. Don't put the whole roll down there. People do that in pubs, don't they? Why do they think that's funny? To put a toilet roll down a toilet and block it up. It's most annoying, especially if you go before you realised it's already blocked up. And then you flush the chain. And it's awful. Oh, I feel ill. Oh, God. That is awful. If that ever happens, leave as quickly as possible and close the door. Dreadful. Morning to Adrian Richardson. Hello to you, sir. Righty-ho. Excellent. Simon, how was your day yesterday? Well, it was all right yesterday. I woke up with a bit of a funny tummy, actually. A bit of a funny tummy. You know that pain I've been getting there? It's disappeared this morning. It's gone. It's gone. This morning it's gone. However, over the weekend, my stomach blew right. You know, I seem to have a problem with my stomach blowing up. It started about 4 or 5 years ago now, I suppose, and we thought it was a constipation issue, but it blows up generally here. This bit here tends to come up a bit, right? Okay, and it feels like you're laying on something a lot of the time. I've been to and from the doctor so many times now. They've done various tests and things, and the last time he sat me down, he said, "Look, we can't find anything wrong." He said, "Everything tests normal. If it's really, really bothering you, the next stage would be to start shoving cameras and things like that." And I thought, oh, gee, I've had that before, you know. I mean, I'll be honest, it wasn't too bad. Honestly, it really wasn't. It wasn't too bad. It's not something that you really want and that you absolutely have to have it. You know what I mean? So, okay, so that's not been too bad recently, actually, that bit down there. But over the weekend, it was my whole stomach. I've been having, as you well know, a bit of a pain here. Morning to Scamabasha. Morning to you. I've been having a little bit of a pain in that side. Sort of, you know, it felt like there was a sort of broken rib digging into me. Anyway, I did pop down the doctor's a couple of weeks ago with that one, and we did the chest X-ray. In and out of the hospital in 10 minutes. I couldn't believe how quick that was. In and out in 10 minutes. That showed nothing up. And then I went to see the doctor. She had a good poke around. Couldn't really find anything wrong. One of the things she said was, "Are you bloated at all?" And I'm like, well, I don't know, really. Don't really know. Anyway, so that's been a problem for a few weeks now. So I thought I'd better go and check it out. Again, she couldn't really find much wrong there. And then over the weekend, my whole stomach on Friday, it was either Friday night or Saturday night, the whole thing just felt like it was full of air, you know. And the doctor asked me, are you burping okay? Well, I don't really burp much. Are you farting okay? I said, well, a lot, but I haven't done so recently. Not really. And so when I was in bed on Friday night, I'm laying on it, and it felt like I was laying on a bloody balloon. Seriously. It was like that. It was my whole stomach felt like it was pushed out like that. And of course, this was a problem and all that. Anyway, so that was, I think, Friday night. And then Saturday, I thought, oh, I don't feel comfortable at all. I'm going to have to ring up the doctors. The last thing I want to do right now is go to a doctor's or a hospital. Right? Absolutely. I mean, I tell you now, I had an X-ray booked for a couple of weeks' time, which I'm going to cancel at the end. It was my specialist doctor arranged this. He already arranged the kidney scan. Do you remember that one? We've had that done. That was okay. He wanted to do a urinary tract one as well, some sort of image thing, as a precaution. So I wrote to him last night, actually. I said, look, I'm right on the verge here of cancelling the X-ray, or at least trying to push it a long way into the future. Are you okay with that? And he said, yes. Good idea. So I'll cancel that after the show today. So that was that. So Saturday, I kind of, thought, now and again, I thought, it's pushed out again. And that. This morning, it feels completely normal. My stomach now feels completely normal. Not only that, the pain here has gone. Look, I can now do this. It's completely gone. So it must have been that. Must have been bloating. Must have been bloating. I have to say I haven't been burping too much or the other end. Not really been doing anything like that. So I don't know where all the air's gone to. Oh, yes, I do. It's coming out of my mouth now. Oh, that's what we need. Longer shows. Then I won't build up with air. What an excellent idea. I think 4 hours a day. Possibly split into 2. What do you reckon? So that was that day. Who was asking me? Simon, I think it was. Michael Pullman, all right. Taking the fun out of showing out a bit of... all right, Michael, if you insist. There you go, darling. There Michael, all right. Gemma Collins would get a lot more off than that. I wonder if Gemma Collins has to pay more for a bikini than sort of a normal size lady. Would you reckon? Fran says it might have been something that you've eaten. I'm sure it was, Fran. Something that there was obviously producing an awful lot of gas, but it wasn't getting out. To be honest, it still hasn't come out, but it's certainly gone down. Maybe it goes in other places. I don't know how it works. We're not doctors, are we? We don't know, darling. We don't know, really. Mick's got bloating. They said it was colic. Yes, I got checked for that once and haven't got anything like that. Where are we? Need a haircut? Yes, I do need a haircut. You're right, but I'm a bit afraid to go into the... I mean, if I went there today, it'd probably be empty, actually, the hairdresser today. I might go up there today. Right, okay. So that was... So that's my stomach. Let me see. Yesterday, I did go to church yesterday. As I said, I had a little bit of a dicky tummy in the morning, but it got better, and I cycled to church. As always, so I'm much better now. I'm walking around. I cycled to church. I got very hot on the way there, but I think probably it wasn't that particularly cold yesterday, and I had 2 coats on yesterday. So I cycled down to the church and got in there. It was really odd. It felt really odd in there. The holy water's gone. The hymn books have gone. The prayer books have gone. When they do the Holy Communion, right, you can't have it put in your mouth now. You have to hold your hands open like that, and they literally drop it into your hand so that there's no touching. Yeah. There's no wine. Not that I ever did the wine. I always felt a bit funny about drinking out the same glass as everyone else, or chalice the same as everyone else. That's all gone. People were sitting away from each other. It felt like impending doom. It actually felt like impending doom in the church. It was dead quiet when people were going in there. We were a little bit down on normal, about a quarter down on normal, so about 75% of the normal amount of people there. And then the bell rang and the priest came out and the altar girls. Don't think there was any boys. Yeah, altar boys and altar girls came out. And they came round and the organ started. It was Jean. She's the old dear. She's great. She's a proper professional player. And she's playing the organ. Well, I tell you what, I've never heard so many people sing in my life. It was really loud singing. Like, oh God, we need some help here. It was just like that. It was quite moving. I found it very, very moving in there yesterday. And anyway, got there and the priest says, wow. He said, well, I've never heard so many people singing in a church. It was just something like something out of a film. It just strange. Anyway, so the mass went on and we had a couple of speeches and the priest, who's a canon now, has been upgraded from priest to canon. Very, very important. Must have had some sort of implant or something like that. And he says, we haven't heard anything and we haven't received any memo or anything, but I can see how this is going. This may well be the last mass that you're able to attend for some time live. So we think they might be closing down the churches next. My very good friend Andrew, who I went to primary school with, he's one of the altar servers in Roehampton. I went to Wokingham yesterday, which is my sort of church. And he's the longest heart and lung transplant survivors here in the UK. He's the longest surviving one. He's been going for 20 odd years and he's still got that replacement heart and lungs. He decided not to go in at all. He's decided, and he's never not gone to church. He's been an altar server since primary school when I was doing it. And he's carried on all those years. He's the same age as me now, 57. And I had a little bit of a FaceTime with him on a Facebook conversation with him yesterday on the video. And I said, I think you're doing the right thing. I said, I myself am considering the whole self-isolation thing. I don't want to get this thing. I don't want to get it. Why put yourself at risk if you don't have to? You know, I am thinking of cancelling work, as I said, for 3 months. I'd need to tell them by Wednesday. They are already aware that might happen. What's the percentage of me going to do that? At the moment, in my head, there's probably a 75% chance of me going to the boss on Wednesday and saying, look, I'm really sorry. I said, you know, you're very good to me and I appreciate it, but I'm going to take 3 months off. You'll have to get someone in. On the other hand, I've got a feeling they're going to close all the pubs and all that recently as well. So one of those things. Anyway, so came back from church. Done my lunch, cleaned the kitchen, which is not something I'm used to doing, to be honest. Watched Casualty. Oh no, actually I watched Casualty Saturday night. I watched it live from the hospital. Yes, Casualty live. A bit of a weak episode on Saturday, I have to say. Very weak, dear, weak. Like the Europeans, weak, dear, weak. Watched Casualty. That was on the thing. And yesterday I was going to go to London to meet up with my niece and her family, but because of the dicky tummy in the morning, and quite frankly, I'm not wanting to go on trains and things. Really not wanting to go on trains or be among large groups of people. Really. I'm seriously thinking about this whole self-isolation thing now. And I will go out only when absolutely necessary. We got the garden here. I've got a forest over there. I know the times I can walk out of here and probably walk up the road and not even bump into anyone. You know, I think it's very sensible to do that. Very sensible, especially as so many of you are various different things with you and what have you. You know, Dave, can they not do a Facebook Live so people can sing and pray from home? They already do that, actually. Yeah, if you look on YouTube. Actually, Dave, you'll find a lot of churches that do that. Some really big places in America do that. In particular, my own church, they do have a camera, but it's not connected to the internet, so they can't do that from my church. However, our main place is the Catholic Cathedral in Portsmouth, and they do that on a Sunday. In fact, every service that they do live stream, so you can do it like that. Put it on your telly at home, and yes, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all, you know. All right, good. So that was my day yesterday. I was disappointed not to go and see my niece and that, but they're all young, you see, and they went out and did the museums and what have you. I think they went to the History Museum because, of course, little George, great nephew George 7, he likes dinosaurs and all that business. You know, probably we possibly saw one or two of you there, to be honest. David in Hemel, of course, is a living exhibit. Aren't you, David? David in Hemel is actually a living exhibit. Did you know that? He is. He's an actual live dinosaur. So they walked around there and did a bit. And a little bit later in the evening, I gave them a FaceTime and talked to them all on there. And I was really disappointed not to see them. Really disappointed not to see them. But, you know, They're like 30. I'm nearly 60. You've got to think about these things. You know, I hope one day to see. I mean, I've seen a nephew marry, and I've seen a niece marry. There's another nephew. I don't think he'll get married somehow. But then there's great nephews and great nieces, and I want to see where they are in those. So, you know, I don't want to pick this thing up and be one of the unlucky ones. It's all very well these people, and all these people to get shoving figures in your face all the time. Don't you hate that? Oh, but so many percent of this. It's like the whole Brexit thing. Oh, but so many percent of that. Oh, yeah, but if you add up those and those, then they weren't. And it goes on and on. People are obsessed with these blooming numbers. And, you know, something like, 100,000 people die of the flu every year. Only 35 have died of the coronavirus. Yeah, at the moment, we're in the early stages, dear. Are you that thick? Look ahead. Look ahead. And even if it remained at 35 now and didn't go up any more, you don't want to be one of those 35, do you? Huh? Someone has to be one of them. Could be you. They come out with all these blooming numbers annoying me. Right, one moment, please. Let's just scroll down and read some of this bit. Do you not like baked beans, Mick? Thought you might like baked beans, my dear. Eh? What's the average age of the people in yesterday? What's the normal average age of people in church? 60. 60, I would say, Adrian. There are some young people in there. There are some very small people in there. But I would say the average age would be about 55 to 60. I'm bang on average in there. Bang on. I'm very, very average person, as you know, Adrian. I'm possibly not as average as you. But I'm a very average. I'm still waiting for my BBC logo to come. They're taking their time about that one, Dave Moses. Could you have a word with Tony, my darling? Could I borrow his? Has he got a BBC logo that I can use? Just put it in that top corner there. I'll get rid of the Union flag, perhaps. Or I could have it sort of, you know where it says United Kingdom Talk, top left-hand corner there? Right, I could just have it sort of above it on the left, BBC in the little white letters. You know, sort of translucent, so it kind of goes through like they do on their channel. BBC Bracknell. Thank you very much. Alan had the same thing. It turned out to be a stomach infection. Wow. He actually shed his stomach lining. Good God. Blimey, that's awful. That's awful. Heidi's putting herself in self-isolation, not going out unless I absolutely have to. Yes, and if you have to, Heidi, if I may suggest, you try and go out when you know it's really quiet. So obviously not 9 o'clock in the morning. Have a look out your window and then decide to go out and try and keep away from people. Very difficult for you, though, because you're in a room, aren't you? That must be hard going. But this is not like a 2-week thing either. This is like 4 months. Got self-isolation for like 3 or 4 months. It's awful, just awful. We are living out a science fiction film, I told you. That's what it's happening now. Scammer fear is the biggest killer. Laughter is the best medicine. We have to have a laugh, dear. I mean, scammer basher. If you want to laugh, look in a mirror, mate. That. I looked in one yesterday. It immediately cracked. The mirrors I get through here are unbelievable. Hello to Bethany Connor. Good morning, Bethany. Welcome to the show. Stand by for the raffle, gang. Where are we now? Mark Bowles. Good morning, Mark. Morning, Mark. David is near at 100 years old. I assume you're talking about yourself. I think you're a little bit older than that, David. Well, you certainly look it, mate. Alan, keep calm and carry on. Yeah. Morning to Dominic Hessler. Morning, Dominic. Yeah, keep calm and carry on. That's what we kind of do on this show. But there's just so much of it in the news. I've struggled to find some amusing stories today. I've really struggled to find some amusing stories today. The most exciting thing to happen so far today is for me to get my Amazon thing to tell me what colour bin to take out this morning. Simon's in a choir. We've got choir practice tonight, so it's going to be fun. 7 till 9 at New Haven. Well, it's up to you if you want to go, Simon. Don't go, I would say. Sorry. I'll be perfectly blunt. Don't go. I have to be perfectly blunt with my aunt. Now, she's in her 70s. My dear, dear Auntie Brenda. She's kind of the... There was my mum, gone 2000. There was Uncle Michael, gone shortly after that. And there's Brenda, who somehow has managed to carry on for a long time. She's only got one kidney. And as I say, she's in her 70s. And we've discussed this at length. But she's kind of got her head in the sand. She's not listening. She's not listening. And when I bring it up, she changes the subject. I said, you're not even listening, are you? Oh, I am listening. I said, well, why you've gone out and talked about something else? Well, I don't know, really. She's blocked it out, which is very dangerous, I think. Very dangerous. And she goes, I mean, you understand it. She's got a lovely place, right? It's a bungalow in Tring, which is a nice part of the world. She's got a decent-sized garden. So isolation to her is not isolation to perhaps someone like lovely Heidi. Nevertheless, she belongs to several clubs and does a lot with the church. And she says, oh, I'm going to church tomorrow morning. And I'm like, why? Why? Well, I like to go. I said, well, you might like to go. And I'm sorry, Brenda. You might like to go and then be dead a few days later because you've picked up this virus. Well, I like to go, though. You try and help people. The last thing I want to do is visit my aunt in church in a box. You know, but people have to decide what they want to do. Perhaps I'm a very, very cautious person, as I say, very, very cautious. Not cautious enough not to talk to you and say various things to you. Dominica's tired of hearing about it. I'm not leaving my place for 3 weeks, but it freaks me out. Me too, Dominic. I think there's a lot of us very freaked out. I'm one of them, I'm afraid. Mick, if you isolate for 4 months, you will be naked by the end of that period. You won't have any clean clothes. No, I do clean my clothes. I do wash them. They're all washed. It's just the ironing. Oh, I look at that ironing and it says, please don't touch me. Please don't touch me. Please. And the thing is, you know, the only way now to get my shirts done is to do them myself. Because I can't take them somewhere. That kind of defeats the object of self-isolation. Oh, you know, I'm going to self... And that's the other thing people I notice are doing. I'm going to self-isolate. Oh, except for so-and-so and that as well. Well, then you're not doing it, are you? There are times where you will have to go out possibly for shopping unless you do that online shopping. And I'm not keen on that. Not keen on that. Last night, I went for a little walk at night again. It was about 9 o'clock, I think it was, and I had a letter to post. It was a hat. Dr. Gregorian bought one of our hats. Have you seen our hats? £10 on a PayPal. Here we are, look. Oh, you've got our hats, darling. £10 for one of those on PayPal. £10, PayPal, one moment. Where's the PayPal button? £10 on PayPal, £13 Super Chat if you want one of those. So I went out to post one of those yesterday, and I thought I'd get some blueberries while I'm out. Anyway, so I've gone into the co-op. And I've just gone in the door. I didn't want to touch a basket, so I'm holding a couple of goods. Blueberries are there. Like, you know, 19th of March sell by date. I thought, that's excellent. So I've got a couple of those, got a couple of oranges. And I'm standing there. And this boy, lad, but very scruffy. Very, very scruffy, old tracksuit and all that on. Kind of went past me. And he had a full-up basket of stuff. And he stopped at the chocolate. And I looked over. I thought, well, I'll look him up and down. Do you know what I mean? I looked over. And he's on his hands and knees at the chocolate. Right? And he's pulling one forward, which I didn't think anything more of it. I said, oh, yeah, don't forget the chocolate, mate. I thought I'd try and open a conversation to see if he's interested. And he kind of looked at me and then looked away again. And he pulled into his basket a whole box of pieces of bars of chocolate. I thought, oh, it's a bit odd. Anyway, I've turned round, and as I'm walking down, then I had another look again, and suddenly he's dashed out the door with the basket full of chocolate. He had two big boxes, not boxes of chocolate, you know. You know, say you get bars of chocolate in a box. So I don't know how many bars there are. Maybe 20 in a bear, I would imagine, 20 in there. He's got 2 of those in it, and he's run out the door. And I'm like, and the weird thing is, I just froze. I just froze. And I'm like, excuse me. And I've gone round by the till. Boy on the till on his own. Boy. Excuse me, mate, someone's just nicked all your chocolate. And he says, what? I said, someone's just run out the door with loads of chocolate and other stuff in a basket. So the boy has calmly walked from behind there. I mean, he was only a boy. I suppose he would have been probably a bit younger than the bloke who had just nicked all this stuff. And this other bloke came and he said, do you want me to go after him? He said to the boy. And the boy said, yeah, if you will. But he didn't leave the shop. So this bloke went after him. And then the boy went outside and I followed him out. I said, look, I've got my stuff here. I'm just bringing it outside to follow you. And well, we couldn't see him. And then we looked down there and this woman pointed, he's gone that way. But the bloke went after him. No, we couldn't find him. Couldn't find him. Blatantly just ran out the door with a basket of shopping. I don't know why I froze, to be honest. I just completely froze. I had the opportunity there. It would have been like I was 5 steps away from that door. I probably could have tripped him up. Thieving little git. Oh, it does annoy me, thieving people from shops. No alarm, though. Presumably they don't have an alarm there. Right? So then the boy's on the phone. I said, are you on your own in here? He said, no, we're not allowed on our own. So he's on the phone to the manager. No manager appeared. No manager appeared at that till for the next 5 minutes that I was in the shop just doing a few bits and pieces. Shocking. That's the co-op down in Hanworth. Awful people, dear. Ghastly people. No chocolate. What if I want a bar of chocolate now? I will have to suffer. There will have to be... Mandy, you need to go round and see that bloke, mate. We'll try and find him and get that chocolate back immediately. Shocking, dear. Shocking. So that was the robbery in the co-op yesterday. Very, very frightening. Mikey Mike, do you remember 1975 BBC drama Survivors? Yes, which I've spoke about quite a few times on the show now. Yeah, you'll find some of them on YouTube. Quite bad quality picture. I actually have the box set of DVDs that I bought some years ago. Yeah, I've talked about that a couple of times now, Mikey Mike. Alan, when you get to Auntie Brenda's age, they're entitled to do what they want to do. Yeah, but it's just so dangerous for an older person at the moment. Very dangerous. Morning to Glenda. Hello, 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 Glenda. I'm not worried about the virus. God will protect you. All you can do is take the necessary precautions and continue to live your life. God does not want you to live in fear. Yeah, I'll go along with that as well. Adrian is happy. There's still lots of cakes and chocolates in the shop. Yeah. What about your diabetes, dear? Oh, I've got diabetes, but I just have that one bar of chocolate today. Doesn't work. My brother-in-law's like you. He used to be like that. My sister's Martin's like you. Got the diabetes. Still happy to go to the trawler's catch in Skegness and have fish and chips though, eh, mate? Piggy, Roy Hudd passed away. Oh, has he? Oh, Roy Hudd's passed away. I didn't know that. Dave, you can't even get online food delivery now, not for 2 weeks looking at the delivery. Slots available at the moment. My slot's available, Dave. If you want to pop round here, I'll do you a nice meal. Nice meal. Vegetarian, of course. Oh, all right. Are you a dead animal eater? Are you a... I said that when I was at Sainsbury's on Saturday. I went up Sainsbury's looking for some liquid paracetamol for my great niece Olivia, who requires that. She takes a lot of that because she's severely disabled. 24-hour care type thing. They didn't have any up there, and I walked around and I thought, oh, I could smell the food cooking, and I looked, chickens, burgers. I said to this boy up there, again, student type, no sense of humour whatsoever. Just looks at you blankly. Excuse me, mate, have you got anything in here that's not a dead animal? I said, have you got any non-dead animal stuff? No, we haven't got any, mate. Right, thanks. Walk off. Don't even try, Chris. Don't even try. At least Mandy at Audi has a joke with you. Mandy at Audi. You don't muck around with Mandy, I told you that. Don't muck around with Mandy. I've been uploading short snippets of the show occasionally to my Facebook. My Facebook's Chris Reardon UK if you want to join us on there. Just little snippets, and I uploaded that one yesterday, as well as one from Mick Davenport. who quite frankly is a little bit disillusional, has been collecting all this stuff. You've seen his shrine to me, haven't you? There it is. That's Mick Davenport's shrine to me. He collects all the stuff. Now, I think he's collecting all this stuff in the hope that I am become a global international television star and possibly dead shortly afterwards, and then he can sell it all on to make his profit. But I do think he's a little bit delusional in that, to be honest. I really do. Morning to John Aitken. Morning, John. Okay, hold on to your messages and we'll do the raffle shortly, all right? Alan, yes, brilliant comedian, Roy Hudd. Very, very funny man. Very funny. David's run out of Central with all my pens. We can have them, David. I don't think I've been needing them for some time, mate. I've got about a 75% chance of making that phone call on Wednesday. I'll be honest with you, but I must tell them before I tell you. That is only fair. That would only be fair. I might go the other way. I haven't decided yet. I'll have to think very carefully about it. But the very fact that my specialist doctor, he says, I said to him, shall I cancel this appointment? I'm thinking of cancelling it. He said, yep, very good idea. Now, the fact that he said that to me, he thinks, you know. Yes, Mandy, keep an eye on them all. There's a lot of misbehaviour going on today, Mandy. A lot of misbehaving going on today, not only here, but in the government as well, my love. Morning to Adam the Plumber. Morning, Andy. Good morning to you, Adam the Plumber, rather. Gadgets and games. Not getting home delivery affects me a lot because I'm disabled, so he can't get his home delivery either. You know, I've never had the home delivery thing. I must say, I prefer to save the £5 and go and spend it on some chocolate instead. Thank you very much. Morning. Bethany, go to Lidl's. You know, there's chocolate cheaper than chips. No, I don't like it. Don't like it. I've tried the Aldi chocolate. No, it's not. It's got to be preferably Galaxy or a push Cadbury's Dairy Milk chocolate. Yes, please. Right, where are we now? Did I say hello to Adam the Plumber? Morning, Adam the Plumber. Okie doke. Well, I think we're going to do the raffle now. BT, British Telecom, have said that anyone working from home, it's good news. They reckon they're going to be able to cope with the extra demand put on the internet. I was very concerned that this show could be taken over by young people no longer able to go to school playing those silly little computer games. Pew, 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 pew. People shooting each other. Where is the fun in... Oh, I haven't turned my phone on today. I haven't turned the text phone on. Sorry, gang. Text phone now coming online. There we are. I haven't turned it on this morning. Yes, I thought I had the... Here we go, yes. In the mail today, it says UK broadband providers, including Sky and British Telecom, insist they will be able to support millions of people working from home during the pandemic, despite experts previously warning that the networks won't cope with the extra traffic. So we'll see what happens there. UK government has predicted up to a fifth of the UK's workforce could be sick during the peak, with more than 20 million people working from home. Experts have warned that home broadband is not set up to cope with the demands of mass internet trading and video conference calls. So we'll have to see what happens there. I do hope we're not taken off the air, boys and girls. People are relying on me, boys and girls. When all those TV stations go up, you know, very, very worrying. Very, very worrying. Simon, the chat doesn't start until the show starts now. Okay. There we are. That's just one message on there. Excellent. No one else is there? Just from Simon from Info Scuba Diving. Thank you very much. Yeah, the chat doesn't come on now until the show starts. All right. Where are we? Yeah. It goes on about the UK broadband providers have not announced. Oh, just a moment. Yeah, it seems to be a bit of a difference with American and British broadband. Americans, they pay for the amount of data they have, don't they? They use. Whereas over here, we're just not capped. We just use it as it should be, I think, to be honest. You know, use it as and when. It's much better over here. We have some very, very good stuff there. Good morning to Jason Hughes. Morning to you. Yes, feeling much better now, Jason. Thank you very much. Really, really a lot better. I would say I've completely recovered, to be honest, from whatever that was. Completely recovered. Incidentally, if you're going to the karaoke tonight in London, right, I'm going to do the raffle now. Okay, where's the thing now? Monday karaoke tonight. That might be my picture up there, but it won't be me tonight. It'll be the lovely Wayne M for you this evening, okay? He'll be hosting the karaoke for you tonight. Unfortunately, he doesn't stream those. So whatever you're doing tonight, if you go down to Central Station Bar, 7:30, Wayne M hosting karaoke tonight. Oh, Bethany, Ding Dong Postman just threw me parcels down and won't let me sign for it and stood halfway down the garden. Right. Why are you asking for tickets? I don't know why you're asking for tickets. I said we're going to do the raffle. Not give out the raffle tickets. Well, a little bit of patience, please, boys and girls. Right, let's move over to the raffle. Yeah, baby. Your tickets are standing by. Tickets are standing by. Let's just turn that other mic on there. All right. Now, I can't have to do all this doing it on my knees. Oh, I think I need to find somewhere else to put this raffle thing, perhaps behind me or something like that. I don't know. Right. Oh, on my knees. Poor old soul, dear. Right, if I turn this light out, you'll be able to see the tickets better. Right. There you go. You can see all those well now, can't you? You can see them better now. Okay, so let's mix these up a little bit here. I'm just trying to watch it in the other camera. Mixing up the tickets for you, boys and girls, all right, so that you can see them all. You might be lucky and see your little name in there, or you might not. Just depends the way they fall, okay? This is for our fridge magnet of the day. Right, let's play drum roll. Where's the drum roll? There we are. Are you ready, gang? Who's going to win today? Are you ready? Picking ticket now. Picking ticket. Ticket in hand now, baby. Ticket in hand, and it is ticket number. Oh, it's ticket number 895. Ticket number 895. So I'll leave you to. Let's put that over there now. Thank you. Ba 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 ba. Who's got ticket number 895? Anyone know? Let's put those in there for the next super draw. Ticket number 895. Anyone know who that is? Yeah, baby. I'll wait to see if anyone know whose it is. It could be you. It could be you. If you're new to the show, welcome along. I think we've got a lot of new people with us today. Lots of silent viewers as well. So good morning to you. We do a raffle every week. Throughout the week, we give out raffle ticket for everyone who's with us. Okay, you can have one raffle ticket per show. If you're not with us on the chat box, that doesn't matter. You can claim your raffle ticket by email. Only email, okay? You must email me in and say, hi, Chris, please can I have a raffle ticket for today's show and the date? So today you'd put raffle ticket, please, 16/03/2020 or something like that. You know, something very similar to that. It doesn't have to be exactly the same text or anything like that. But that's and I will reply to you with your raffle ticket number. Okay? All right? It's as simple as that. So do we know? Yes, that's right, Mandy. You lucky cow. Look. Mandy Davenport wins the raffle. Dun, 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 dun. You're on a winning streak, you are. Mind you, it took months and months for you to win anything, am I right? Like August, April. It took about 8 months for you to win anything, didn't it? Didn't it? You remember it was the same, and then we had a run of we've had other people who kept winning all the time, and then it just stops. Congratulations, Mandy. You win a green fridge magnet. Yeah, baby. Super Science wins the prize. And as I say, if you're watching as a silent viewer, don't forget you can still get your raffle ticket, okay? Just send me an email to that address and say, raffle ticket, please, and I'll reply to your email with your raffle ticket number, as I always do. We never miss sending me out, all right? Poor John. Oh, John, you were close, weren't you? John's not won anything yet, have you? Well done, Mandy. There it is for you, darling. Excuse me. Right, now what else have we got here? British Airways, yes. Talking of course, this is all related to this virus thing again, I'm afraid, boys and girls. But Martin Lewis, now he's like a money expert bloke. He's a bit annoying. I do find him a little bit annoying. But he's seems to have his head screwed on in the right place. And he gives a lot of money tips out. Oh, hang on. I just realised it's a bit dark here now. I'll turn that light back on. Turn that mic off. There we are. That's better. It might have been echoing a little bit there. Good. He gives lots of good tips on saving money and where to invest and this, that and the other. And in the Daily Mirror today, he's in the Daily Mirror a lot, it says Martin Lewis has warned holidaymakers do not book trips now for the next 2 or 3 months. Speaking on This Morning, the money-saving expert founder told viewers to double-check the small print on their travel policies. Insurers pause or restrict cover for new customers. You won't get cut. I very much. If you're going away and you haven't got your travel insurance yet, I'll be very surprised if you get anything that involves being covered for the coronavirus. They will have taken that out now. It's too much of a risk. That won't be on there anymore unless you get something like that's like platinum, super gold type thing. You know, something like that. It says last week, 4 major insurers pulled cover for new customers completely, not taking on new customers, while others said they wouldn't pay out for problems caused by coronavirus or countries where there has been official advice not to go. There's something we've been expecting. We've already seen some insurers stop offering packages like travel disruption protection, which is crucial for this sort of thing. And this is likely to get worse as the needs for claims increases. So he's now advising, do not book a holiday. End of. Or if you do book a holiday, make sure you do it where you wouldn't need travel insurance. And quite frankly, that means don't leave the country. You know, I'd even be worried about going to the Isle of Wight if I were you, my darlings. Or I have got friends there. They say it's all right there at the moment. Watch out for the Isle of Wight. Okay. And on that holiday thing, TUI is now suspending the vast majority of all travel operations. They're stopping flying. Including package travel, cruises and hotel operations, while British Airways has axed flights. Now, I saw the British Airways thing this morning. And according to the BBC Business News this morning, they are, I think it was either axing or cutting back up to, what do you think the figure is? 75% of their flights. 75% of flights are either cancelled or axed. You couldn't make it up, could you? That's what British Airways have said. They are in trouble. There's a lot of them in trouble. They're not the only ones. A lot of even like little airlines, like I would imagine EasyJet and everything connected with them. You see, it's not just the planes. You know, the planes, the airports, the baggage handlers haven't got anything to do. The restaurants out there, the hotels. Cyprus, all the hotels are closing today, I believe, in Cyprus. My niece is going back there. They're expecting to have to go into quarantine for 14 days. Because they're over here at the moment. Today they've gone out to look at Buckingham Palace and all around there. I bet they'll be able to move around quite easily, to be honest. Awful. So there you go. There's the advice said. Don't book travel. Don't book travel. I mean, if you go on holiday, then stay in the UK. If you're a young family, well, probably be all right if you're a young family. If you're older, nah. Unless you're going somewhere like, I don't know, like a solitude holiday, you know, where you would like perhaps hire a little cottage or a bungalow in the middle of nowhere. So you drive in your car to wherever it is, and that's it. You stay there on your own, and that would work. I mean, that would kind of appeal to me to go somewhere like really quiet. But of course, you've got to get there. You don't want to be getting on a plane or a train, do you? You've got to be able to drive there. You need to be able to drive to wherever it was. You know, to be, I don't know, in the Lake District, perhaps next to a lake in a little cottage on your own with the birds singing, and oh, that must be wonderful. And in fact, there's a little article here about connecting with nature. This is in this morning's Metro, and it says things are starting to shut down in the UK. It's all starting to feel a bit claustrophobic. That's why those of us who are well should get outside. It says you've got to stay inside if you're not well, but if you are well, get outside. It says a 2018 study by the University of East Anglia found exposure to green space has significant and wide-ranging health benefits, including reduced types 2 diabetes, high blood pressure and cardiovascular disease, and that's before you even get on the mental health aspects. There's something very nice about just sitting in a garden and looking at your plants, or going out for a walk and looking at the trees around you, which I don't know why, but they never seem to look as good as it does on the picture, because you can do stuff with pictures. Go out and have a look naturally, and also don't take your phone. It's all so easy to be oh, just check my phone. Well, you've missed the whole idea. Leave your phone. Don't take it out. Leave your phone. Go on your walk and just have a look around and see the beauty. I'm so lucky here. So lucky here. I've got I'm looking out there at pine trees now. There's those pigeons still at it in the tree. Pigeons are still at it in the tree over there. And the sun's down and it's just gorgeous. And I may well go for a walk this afternoon in the forest. I just got to go up the road, cross 2 roads, and I'm in the forest. One of them's a nasty road, incidentally, and it's on a corner. I always walk down a bit so I can see see all the other blooming cars coming. But it's just such a nice walk in the forest among the green and all that. And this says you should do that. It says we gathered evidence from 140 studies involving more than 219 million people to see whether nature really does provide a health boost. The green space studied ranged from woodlands to urban parks and street vegetation like tree. They all have the same effect, meaning that whether you live in Hackney or Hertfordshire, you can reap serious benefits from getting outside and walking to your nearest green spot. You don't necessarily need a garden. I'm lucky, so lucky I have a garden here. My sister has a garden. You know, if we had to self-isolate, I could still go out the back door and look at the trees, and I do. Funnily enough, I did it yesterday afternoon. I came outside. I was feeling quite down about the whole thing. After the trip to church yesterday, which was surreal in there, absolutely surreal in there yesterday. And I came back here, I put my dinner on, and I just went outside and I sat on I have to say, a bit of a damp chair outside, because foolishly it's been out there all winter, so it's a bit dirty now. And I sat there and I just like, God, and I'm looking around, you know, is this all about to change forever? I'm just looking around thinking how weird it all is, but there we are. Let's just scroll up a little bit there. Read some of these and then we'll do the raffle tickets there. Bum, bum, bum. Where are we now? Adam Royston was taking me to Athens for my birthday. We have stopped paying for the holiday at the moment, but until on the beach, tell us we cannot get a refund. No, when is it? When is your birthday, Adam? I won't be able to meet up with you now, will I? If I'm not... we'll have to do it later. I'll do it later in the day, won't we, my love? Do somewhere nice, just like you did for me. We'll do it. But if it's all right with you, we'll hold that for a while. On the hold. Was it called in America a rain check? It's a rain check, dear. Rain check. Adrian's booking his holiday to hell. Well, it's a bit like that when I talk to you at the table, to be honest, Adrian. A bit like being in hell while I'm listening to your jokes. Adam, travel situation is terrible. You feel sorry for the staff. Well, they won't be going back to work. They're not just cut off temporarily. You know, if we get through all this, it doesn't just suddenly start again. It all has to be geared up again. It's not like an immediate thing. You know, if they found a cure tomorrow and everyone was injected, British Airways couldn't suddenly just start again. everyone's in the wrong place. You know, it's not easy like that, is it? It's dreadful. Dave's got a holiday booked, self-catering. He's already put the tent up in his back garden. I got a tent. Oh, I got a tent, Dave. I could do that, couldn't I? Oh, I don't know if I could sleep on a hard floor again, dear. I said floor. Oh no, I don't know. I mean, I've got a blooming a John Lewis bed and a John Lewis mattress topper in there that needs replacing. It's sunk in the middle, Dave. My mattress topper is. It doesn't matter how much I try and puff it up. It sinks now in the middle. It's about 5 years old. I suppose I need to replace it, but they're not cheap things to buy. We're having to cut back now, boys and girls. We've got to cut back, my loves. Got to cut. Either that or sell some more promotional items. One of the two. Oh, have you seen our bags? Look, we've got bags now. £10 PayPal, £13 Super Chat. Tote bags. Come on, Dave. You want one of those to impress your friends? I know you've got loads of money, mate. £10 for one of those on a PayPal or a £13 Super Chat. You could go and stay in my caravan if you wanted, Dave. Let me know when you're up there and I'll bring you breakfast in the morning if you want to. Eh? Fran Green, Cornwall. Nothing wrong with Cornwall. Lovely part of the world. Lovely part of the world, Cornwall. Heidi, we can all self-isolate at Chapel Hill Marina. You're right. She's just got to get out of Norway first. Oh, so you can't leave Norway now, no? Well, you'll be there for a couple of weeks, my love. You'll be there for a couple of weeks. Chapel Hill Marina, that's not a bad place to be self-isolated, is it, to be honest? I heard, actually, Heidi, my nephew... Oh, you remember I mentioned about the tin shop? He went round there the other day. He said there were queues of people. Never seen queues of people go into the tin shop. Well, there was a couple of days ago. Queues at the tin shop, dear. About time they can get rid of some of that old stock at last, I suppose. Mick's supposed to be going to Dawlish, which is in Devon, 1st of May in a caravan. Yeah, I hope you can get there. Just be careful not mixing with people, Mick. That's a thing. It's an awful thing not to be able to say. And it really, when you think about it, try not to get mixed up with too many people. You know. Fran looks out on a bit of garden, garages and neighbours' houses, so not much for her to look there. Paul and Lou, lovely and sunny in Birmingham and Bristol today. Glad the weather's holding up for all of you there. Michael Lawrence just joining us there. Good morning, Michael. All right. Okay. Right, let's give out today's raffle tickets. We're about to move on to a different coloured raffle ticket book as well. We're still on pink. We'll probably choose... I'll let you choose the next colour book when we get to the end. So we've already done labels. Right, 1 minute. Let's pull a few more out here. How many of you there today? Do you know? Is there many of you there? But oh, good. There's quite a few of you there today. Good morning to you all. All right. Just a reminder, gang. If you're watching as a silent viewer, you don't want to join in the chat box, then just send us an email there, okay? And ask me for a raffle ticket, and I will reply to your email with your raffle ticket number. What you should join in exactly the same as everyone else, and that is for next week's raffle on Monday to win one of those. Bingo, incidentally, that will be returning on Sunday night this week as well. We should have bingo on Sunday night, so looking forward to that. I missed it last night, I must say. I could have done it last night. I could have done it in the end. But the trouble is, if I'd have done it, you would have had loads of people moaning, oh, but you said it wasn't on tonight. And it's a bit like that. So I think, I was talking to Ray Reynolds about that. Once you've decided and said something, you've got to go with it. You've got to go with it. Otherwise, people get confused. So there we are. Where are we? Good morning to George Bond, just joining us there. Morning to George. Michael, what do you mean what happened to the bingo? Well, you're not watching the whole show, are you, Michael, if you don't know? God's sake, man. Very disappointed, Michael. Very, very disappointed with you this morning. Not paying full attention to shows. Dear me, you just pop in and on and off for 1 minute at a time. Very, very disappointed, dear. You won't be able to grab me at work tonight anyway. God, he's got hands all over the place, that Michael, I tell you. Here we go. Fran Green, ticket number 915 for the lovely Fran. 916 for Sean Pye. Thank you, Sean. Tony King, 917. Adrian, 918. 919 for Mandy Davenport. 920 for the lovely Heidi. Always thinking of you, Heidi. 921. There was a gorgeous DJ you had a picture with, I noticed the other day. What was his name now? Hang on, let me look it up. He's probably aged quite a lot since that picture, actually. Hang on. Let me see if I can find out who it was. Who was that gorgeous DJ you were with? Let me see. That's you and Mark there, isn't it? No, not the one on the top there. Oh, I don't know where it's gone now. Oh, you blimey, how much do you post in a day, for Christ's sake? Jesus. Let me see. Is that you at the top? No, that's not him. No. I don't know where that's gone now. Where's that DJ you posted? Oh, there he is. Terry Bryan. I never met Terry. That's an old picture there, isn't it? How old is that picture? Oh, 11 years. He was a gorgeous DJ, Terry Bryan. Well, not as gorgeous as me, obviously. I was so hot. Was. Yeah, I know. Was so hot. Thank you, Heidi. Gavin Bass, 921. Ross 922. Diane 923. Adam 924. There's Adam. Steph. Hello, Steph. There's one of our silent people. Steph 925. Colin 926. Alan 927. Dave, please, my lack of hairy chest friend. Have you seen my hair? Have you seen my non-hairy chest, Dave? I don't remember sending you one of my private pictures. You've only got to ask. Which part of my anatomy would you like to see this week? I could just send you little samples. No, I'm not going to send you a sample. Oh, that sounds terrible, doesn't it, really? Dave. Oh, God. John Aitken, thank you, John. 929. John Aitken. David, 930. I think someone mentioned you may have had an infection. I think you're probably right, or something bad that I ate, or maybe something that wasn't possibly cooked properly. Because remember, I'm vegetarian, so that creates extra gas anyway, as you know if you stand next to me. Although, yeah, Paul and Lou, 931. I was watching that programme, Paul and Lou, you know, about the Birmingham railway station. I didn't realise that's the busiest junction. I always thought that was Clapham Junction. They were saying, or was it the busiest junction? Something is the busiest about Birmingham railway station. Can't remember what it was saying. I was watching that. Have you seen that programme? I think it was on Channel 5, or might have been ITV, one of the two. Think about that ITV. You know that they've got that ITV player. Terrible quality, that, isn't it? Why is that? The BBC one, they like high def, sometimes 4K things on the BBC iPlayer. The ITV player, it doesn't even seem to be standard definition. It's awful, the quality of the picture on the ITV player. Why is that? Hey, we'll ask Dave Moses. You can find that out for me. Why is the ITV player such bad quality? And I don't mean technically. We know the technical reasons is because they obviously haven't done something to... Why haven't they got high definition on the ITV hub? The ITV hub. Perhaps they spent the money on Gemma Collins's sandwiches. I don't know. Instead of giving us where did I get to? Paul and Lou. No, Michael, I'm not at the pub tonight. Gavin Bass. Oh, you're talking there. Mick Davenport. Mick Davenport is on ticket number 932. Thank you, Mick. Heidi, queuing at the tin shop. At least someone's business is doing okay. Yeah, good luck to them. I love them. The lady in there is wonderful. Is she old? There's a lady in there. No, she's not that old. She's probably a bit younger than me, the lady that I usually see. But she's incredibly nice. Really nice and helpful. She really is. If I go, have you got any of that tin potato? How many we want? I'll get you some out the back. That she seems to remember what you usually come in for. Probably other people as well, you know. Michael Pullman. Where have you gone there, Michael? Excuse me. Michael Pullman. There he is, Michael Pullman. Oh, sorry, you're talking to someone. Was that is that everyone? I've still got pink tickets at the moment. Birmingham New Street, that's the one. John Parrish, good morning. John's self-isolating. I don't blame you, John. Nothing wrong with self-isolating. If you can, do it. I would highly recommend that. Self-isolating if you can. Dave, was it the programme that showed 3 Network Rail engineers out with one shovel between them to fix a flooded train line? That's the one, Dave. That's the one. And all this water pouring out the holes. The holes were supposed to take the water out, weren't they? But they were just filling up with water. Useless. Absolutely useless. Is that everyone's raffle tickets? Please, if I've missed anyone out, please speak now. Okay? If I've missed anyone out of our raffle ticket list, please ask for one now. And I will correct that. Once again, if you're watching as a silent viewer, boys and girls, send us an email and I'll happily put your number as a reply email to you. Michael Lawrence, thank you. 933 for Michael Lawrence. Michael Lawrence, 933. Michael Pullman, 934. There's my sister. How long have you been there, sis? Morning, Sharon. Sharon Butler, 935. How long have you been sitting there so quietly today, darling? Oh, well. Morning to Joey Millen. Morning. Right, anyone else, please speak now, boys and girls. Meanwhile, I'll just knock out today's birthdays for you. We've got today's birthdays and yesterday's birthdays as well right now, gang. First of all, and I'm sorry, but she has to get a very special happy birthday, but it is my niece's birthday today. It's my niece's birthday today, boys and girls. Happy birthday to my delightful niece, young Tracey Clifford. Oh, bless. She's out with her family in London today, looking around Buckingham Palace. Yesterday, they wanted to see all the museums and all that. They went to see the History Museum. So I remember the Science... Anyone been to the Science Museum? God, it's years ago since I went there. You used to go around this, and you push buttons and things would happen, wouldn't they? Like lights would go on and stuff like that. Very, very exciting. Very exciting. Is that everyone? That's everyone's tickets done, I think. Excellent. So happy birthday to you, Tracey, today. Happy birthday to Joey Millen. It's Joey Millen's birthday today as well. Good morning, Joey. Coming right at the end there, just in time for your birthday there. Happy birthday to Joey. Paul McIlroy, 36 years old today. Good morning, Paul. That's my nephew's best friend, Gary. Happy birthday to you, Paul. Hope you have a lovely time with your family there and your missus in Roehampton. Happy birthday to you. David Loft. Good morning, David. 72 today. Elaine Ferguson today, 37 years old. We got Tracy Davidson. She's 50 today. Andrew Enston today is a young 25 years old. So they are Monday's birthdays. And we also have Sunday's birthdays for you today. Graham Verma. It says 80. I don't think... Why have you got 80 on there, Graham? Graham is a very busy karaoke host. I think he does DJing as well. He does Belushi's now in London Bridge. So happy birthday to you, Graham. I hope work continues for you in this crisis. Adam Byrne bumped into you a couple of Saturdays ago. Happy birthday to Adam. Mark Bryans. Good morning, Mark. Happy birthday to you. Christopher Jackson. Happy birthday, Christopher. Patricia Tracey is 76 today. Dorota Lutto Merska is 35 years old today. PerQX was a very popular DJ when I was DJing. Happy birthday to you, Per. And Simon Green today is 50 years old. They are all the birthdays today, boys and girls. Happy birthday to each and every one of you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Finally, Mandy, I mentioned this right at the beginning of the show today. And this is in a couple of papers, the Daily Mail's version. The government could need your help, Mandy. Anyone who refuses to self-isolate could face a £1,000 fine or jail, as police are given new emergency measures. Over 70s are told they face a 4-month lockdown. They will be told to stay, not asked, told to stay indoors. And Prime Minister starts daily crisis briefings. It says people who refuse to go into quarantine risk being thrown into jail or being slapped with a fine of £1,000, it was reported. Anyone in England and Wales who denies testing for suspected coronavirus or continues to refuse to self-isolate could be forced by police, as reported by The Telegraph. Emergency powers expected to be announced this week will give the police the right to use reasonable force to detain those who could infect others. So I'm sorry, but I think that's fair enough. I think you're extremely selfish and ignorant if it's thought that you've got something and you won't do anything about it. Do you see what I mean? I think they're absolutely right. And this is where I think you can come in, Mandy. You know, I mean, it's difficult sometimes. I think it's difficult sometimes to draw the money out of people, especially, you know, they're probably poor people out there. Many pensioners don't have £1,000. They haven't got £100. They live one week to the next. That's just how it is. But that's not to mean they shouldn't be dealt out pain and suffering by Mandy. Absolutely, Mandy. So I think you need to send a little tweet thing, sort of Twitter thing or something like that, over to Boris Johnson and offer him your services. You may use my name. I think you'll find if you use my name, it opens doors so quickly these days, especially since my recent television appearance on BBC One Colour, as you well know. All right, Mandy, so go and offer your services to Boris. Feel free to use, as soon as he hears my name, he knows that you're okay. All right, darling. And ask Boris if he wants one of those. I'm sorry, same as everyone else, he'll have to join in with the raffle. All right? Could the government afford my services? Dave, not sure about the ITV play. I'm still watching the BBC One in black and white. Dear me. I have to manually tune it in with a big dial on the side of the TV. Well, good luck with that, mate. They turned off the transmitters years ago. Oh, dear, you are funny, Dave. We're having a little bit of a laugh this morning. We certainly have had a little bit of a laugh this morning. Thank you very much for joining us on the show on this Monday, boys and girls. Be so careful out there. Please keep washing your hands. We can't, I mean, look at the numbers. We can't afford to lose viewers, not on this programme. All right? And I'll hopefully be back with you again at some time tomorrow morning. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye now.